Hello and welcome to another update video on Render. The Render chart has dipped into the previously communicated Wave 2 support area. This is one of the support levels or areas we discussed in previous live streams. I don't cover Render very often here in public. It is one of the coins I reserve typically for our membership. I published a few member-only videos recently, and we discuss it nearly every week in our member live streams. So just in case you're wondering where does this support area come from, it's kind of being discussed within our community. However, I wanted to make sure everybody is aware of this 1-2 setup. We have been tracking, we still are tracking. I'm starting to lean towards the potential that a low could be in on the Render chart. We have, from the potentially significant swing low that formed in April, a 5-wave move up, but I think we saw very similar patterns across the sector, so it's not necessarily a surprise that also Render formed that initial 5-wave advance, and now we have a 3-wave pullback that actually completed nicely as a 5-wave decline. So there isn't really much more you could wish for as an Elliott wave analyst and trader, because first of all, we have 5 waves up, clear statement, the market wants to go higher. We have a 3-wave pullback, and it even formed that lowest low, that last, like that 5th wave that sometimes doesn't happen. So it even formed that. I mean, I cannot rule out one more low, of course, but for now, until the price actually breaks that Thursday low, I would now assume a low is in. I didn't say that end of May. One more low at least was expected that formed. It's now 5 waves down. Again, what else can we wish for? Nothing. So we've got 5 waves down. What now needs to happen to maintain that upside pressure? I want to see a break above the $44.15 level. That's the next objective for the bulls. That would be like the first small confirmation that actually wave 2 has bottomed. Getting a break above that $4.14 level, $4.15, and then a break above the B wave high would be next. This is the next significant confirmation level, and that's at $5.34. All of those are, good confirmation, but it's not giving us certainty. Nothing is giving us certainty, but again, additional clarity. For now, this move, obviously, if you take a look at this so-called 1-2 setup, this move up is obviously still too weak to really matter, but it's constructive, it's promising. So what I want to do now, I want to share with you what are, based on standard guidelines, the first targets for Circle Wave 3. So we'll measure the length of wave 1, we go to the low of the wave 2, and typically we want a third wave to get to $10.40. I mean, the risk is always with a chart like that, that this is just an ABC structure to the upside. We always need a bearish scenario, so we can also label that ABC. So I would typically watch, first of all, for resistance at around $7.70, because that's, for an ABC structure, which would be a bearish move, but short-term bullish, the first key resistance. So pay attention to $7.70. We can map out the microstructure as we go along. There is not really anything meaningful there yet, but as we go along, once we see the next 1-2 setup in wave C or 3, we can add that to the chart as next setup, and then the third wave should actually get at least to $10.39. That's the 138% extension. So that should give you a good idea of which levels matter now in terms of resistance, but also invalidation, and what the next upside targets are. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram and X for additional content here on our profile. You get additional updates, mindset, support, and all sorts of stuff. So check it out. You can also ask questions here, engage with the community, but just make sure you only follow the account with the official golden checkmark. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.